All right, today is going to be a fun video. We're going to show you how to pull some pranks in Google Sheets. Let's look at this one here. If you're pulling a prank on Peter, you can set it up so if he selects his name here, the entire sheet disappears. Oh man. Stay tuned for this and 5 other ways to prank your coworkers, friends, or family in Google Sheets. All right, so let's go ahead and jump in and show you the first way to prank your coworkers. So what we want to do is pull a prank on Peter and make it so if he selects any more leads to assign to himself in this tab, that it'll white out all the text. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to select the entire tab by clicking up here between A and 1, format, conditional formatting rules, and we're going to add a new one. So we already have some, but we're going to add a new one. And what we're going to do is do a custom formula here under the format rules. And then what we're going to do is a count if. So what we want to do is count how many times Peter is in this column. And if we get one more than we have already, we're going to lock it down. So we're just going to do column A here. So A to A, and then Peter. And then let's close this out. And then what we want to do is greater than 3. There we go. And then make sure we get it whited out here. And then last thing we're going to have to do is drag this up above all our existing rules. So the way conditional formatting, top one first, and then goes down after that. So now, if we select Peter down here, boom, all the data disappears and he's going to be freaking out. But if Katie selects one, or Linnell, none of them, it does it only Peter. So that's a great trick to play. Let's look at another one. So we're adding more data down here, right? So you could select certain cells. Maybe we could select some of these cells, for example. We can do custom number format that hides the data. And so you can already see it here. So if we go to custom number format, so what we're going to do instead of 0 or automatic for text or whatever, the way this works is we're going to do double quotes, so blank. And then as we do our double quotes with those semicolons in between, you can see it's telling us positive, negative, 0 in text. So if we go here, Bob, if you look up here, you can actually see it in the formula bar. So that Bob text is there, but because the number format is this, it's showing nothing. So one thing is dates don't really do the same thing because it's not showing up in the custom format there. But that's a cool way to pull prank on somebody. Let's go ahead and put this back to automatic. Obnoxious data validation rules. And so this one's awesome to do. We could do even over here. So checkboxes is validation. So these drop downs. So that would be obvious. So we're going to do it in this other spot here where it's not going to be so obvious. And we're going to do is data validation. And then what we're going to do is add a rule. And then we're going to do less than. And we're going to come up with a really small decimal. And then make sure you do reject input, not just show a warning or they're going to catch on. Do reject input. And if you want to, this is really cool. You can do the show help text. So instead of actually giving relevant data there, we're going to do something annoying like, all right, now let's go ahead and try to enter in Bob. And then it gives this error message, which doesn't sound like a data validation thing. And so this might take somebody a little bit to figure out what the crap is going on because it sounds like Google AI or something like that that's goofing off. So that's a cool one to do. All right. So if you want to amp up to the next level, we're going to dive into the script. So if people don't even know that there's scripts on here, this is really going to throw them for a loop because they could look at conditional formatting, data validation. And so the next one is app script. And we're going to do some very simple methods. So you don't even have to authorize a script in this. So I got 3 different ones we're going to try. So the first one is going to be an onOpen. So every time the sheet opens. And so I'm using this this is called an event object. And so what that does is give us a little data about what's going on. And so we're actually going to use this. So what I'm thinking here is let's throw some text in here. maybe we'll make it red or something. And then let's make it big. Yeah, like 23, bold it. And then let's actually add some conditional formatting. Let's make it a black background. We're going to make it really obnoxious, not empty, perfect. So if we do this, we're going to have some text show up here like that. Let's go ahead and get a reference to our sheet. So E is our event object, and then source is what we can use to get the source, and then get active sheet. So now we have the tab, this tab is CRM. So now we just need to get A1. So let's get range A1, and then let's set value. And this could be whatever joke you want in here, or random saying. It could be creepy, it could be funny. Now this one's on open. So on the sheet, it's going to work the next time you open it. So you can refresh to kind of see what it looks like. So let's refresh, and then boom, it pops up. So if we can delete it, open up again, and then boom, there it is again. So there's many different options you can do here. So one thing note is on with when you don't authorize the script, you are limited. You have to do things in the same tab. But you can do some screwy stuff. You could add text, you could delete the tab, stuff like that. So for example, if you want to get the whole range and delete everything, you can get data range, I believe, and then clear content. So this is going to be a little savage. Go ahead and look what this does. Boom. Just deleted everything. They're going to be like, oh crap, what did I just do? And so they might go like this and undo. They're like, oh, whew, I fixed it. And the next time they go to load it again, it's going to clear everything out again. So that's an awesome one to do. Let's look at our fifth one. We're going to use another one called onSelectionChange. And so the way this one works is every time they move their cursor, this is going to fire off. So let's do something fairly innocuous. Let's do e.range. So what this does is it gets the range that we just edited, or in this case, just selected. So if I select, this is going to run, and that's going to come back with the range. So range, and let's just start with set background first. And then I'm just going to pick red here. So red is FF RGB, so red, green, blue. So let's just do this to start with. And what this is going to do is if we select a cell, it's going to turn the background red. So you can pick kind of any color you like there. Let's get rid of this one just for the moment. Actually, let's do this. Let's do clear content and then set background. Actually, I got one more here. Let's do this. Let's do set value. Let's do oops. And then let's see here. Let's pick one. And then it does oops. So I'm sure you guys are getting some ideas now on how to modify this and use this, pull some pranks. So let me undo this real quick. All right, leave that oops there. So on selection change, again, you can kind of mess with them there. And then let's do an on edit. So on edit is when they make a change to the sheet. So this is one is great because you can mess with them as they're inputting data. Let's just pick an easy one, for example, range, and let's do set font color, and let's set it to white. And so that would be FF, FF, FF. And so what we're going to do in this one is when they type something in, it's going to turn white. And so let's go ahead and type in Bob. And then it just disappeared. And if we click on that cell, you can see that Bob text is still there. And so if we go back here and turn it black, it's still there and it's fine. Every time they type something in, Bob at Gmail, you give it a second and it looks like it just disappears. The data is still there. So we actually could delete it. We could do clear content like this. Then if we go back and then we're like, okay, typing in Bob again, but now it's gone. So what you could do even is something like this. You could set value, and so he types in Bob, and it changes to duh. So you could do something like that. You can also do something like this. Let's do this. let's get the value. Let's actually get a couple parameters here. So range equals e.getRange. Let's get the value. So range.getValue. And so this is the value that is entered. So if you put some Bob, that's what this is going to val is going to have. So we could do something like this. Val plus duh. Maybe put a space there. All right. So now let's go ahead and delete that. Let's put Bob. Bob duh. You could even put this. Now, one thing you'll notice is if I delete, it's still putting in that. So one thing you could do is a little if statement. If val is not equal to blank string. So what it's going to do is if they deleted something, it's not going to put in that duh. All right, so let's go ahead and test this out. So let's clear this one out. So now nothing's filling in. So now if we put Bob, it's going to change it to Bob duh. And you can say Sue duh. So that's an awesome one. All right, so what else can we do? We could do stuff like, let's do something like this. Let's get our tab again like we did before. So this one's e source equals e source get active sheet. And then let's get the row and column that was edited. So let's do row range dot get row and column equals range dot get column. All right. So let's do something like this. Let's do it when he types in Bob, it's going to move it down. So we could do subtle. We could just move down one row, which would be kind of wild. Or we could do more if we want to throw them off. So let's do this. So we have the value. Once we get the value, we can go ahead and clear that range. So let's go ahead and do this clear content. And then we have this source. So we can get a range. And let's just start with that row plus one and column and set value on the val. So we're basically taking that value and going to move it down one row right here. So let's try this out. So if we type in Bob, it throws it down one. So we can move this around if we want. We could do +3. And so we could do Bob. And then we can see, whoop, it just moved down 3 rows. Just like that. So let's look at another one. Let's look at what else can we do here to throw them off. Let's do something like this. So let's get rid of this part. We'll need our sheet still and our row. Let's say anytime you edit something in here, maybe we'll throw a joke in this notes column. So let's find out what column this is. I'm just going to type in column formula 13 so I don't have to count it. Okay, so column 13, I want to throw something in there. So let's figure out a number. I'm going to generate a random number between 1 and 10. So math trunk math random times 10. If I can get this right here. All right. So it's math random. So returns a number between 0 and 1. So I'm timesing that by 10. So it's going to return a number between 0 and 10. And then we're going to truncate that to a number. And so what this is going to do, let me get some jokes here. I'm not going to type these all out while we're sitting here. So let me just go ahead and throw these up in here. What we're going to do is every time they edit the script, it's going to grab a row and then we'll put a joke in that last one. So let's get the joke here. So let joke equal random jokes. And then I'm just going to use this notation here because I have a number. And so each of these, because it's in an array, is going to be a number. And so I'm just going to take that random number. And what this is going to do is generate a random number. And I'm going to plug that random number into my random jokes array. And then with that joke, let's do our source here. Get range. And then I still have that row. And then it was 13. And then set value and put that joke in there. All right. So let's see what this looks like. All right. And so if we come over here, put in Tom, you can see a joke pop up over there, put Bob, another one over there. So this is an awesome way to kind of throw in some random stuff, maybe not mess with their actual data, but you can put in some other stuff. That's for the last thing. We're going to do something. This could be a little more annoying, and I'll show you why. So we could do range.protect and then set warning only. Let's do range dot. So we could do clear content maybe, or we could set it something else like set value. Oops. And then true. So what this is going to do is we're going to set that value to oops, and then we're going to protect it. So if we type in Bob, for example, it's going to change it oops, and you're like, oh man, what happened here? You go to Bob, and then this thing pops up. And so if we do okay, we'll change it back to Bob, but then back to oops. So let me show you why this can be a little bit dangerous. You might have to use a script to undo this because what it's going to do is add a rule each time. And so if you actually authorize a script, you can get the permissions and make sure you delete them before you add new ones. But in this one where we're not authorizing it, you can't actually get the old permissions. And so what this is going to do is going to keep adding these permissions. So that's one thing is if you do this, you're probably going to have to, if there's not any permissions in the sheet, it won't be too bad. You can get just a script to delete all the permissions. Otherwise, this could be kind of a pain in the butt if you have hundreds of permissions you got to go through and delete. So, just one thing to keep in mind in that regard is this one can get a little painful to try to fix. All right, so that is it for today. I hope that gave you some really terrible ideas of what you can do to your coworkers, your friends, or your family in Google Sheets. Just a reminder, please be at least somewhat responsible, but I love to hear your comments below. So thanks guys for watching. If you want to take a look at some of my more serious content, I have lots of tutorials on both Google Sheets and AppScript. Whether you're just looking for more ideas for pranks or whether you actually want to learn a little bit more about Google Sheets and AppScript. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you have a fantastic day, and we'll see you soon.